going into the session, I just want to give a brief intro about myself. So I'm Mahesh, and I have 5 years of experience as a ERP consultant, and in that I have completed around 10 end-to-end implementation with different verticals like manufacturing, retail and wholesale distribution and service industries. And I have done around 100 customizations and 5 to 10 integrations. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll start with the session. So before going into the NetSuite, I just want to give a brief intro about why we need ERP and how ERP came into the picture. So basically, earlier days, people are using the Excel application to store their financial data. So when they use the Excel application, they have some limitations where they cannot store a large amount of data in the application, and also there is a chance of getting the duplicates in Excel. So there is a chance of getting the data redundancy. So to overcome all these limitations, and people are started using the accounting packages. So when I say accounting packages, it is just purely store their financial information. So they'll have the AR, AP and financial GL details. So apart from that, they don't have any option to store other details like sales information and purchase information and their inventory management. So to overcome all these application, or to overcome all these options, we have a option to go with the ERP packages. Now when I say ERP is an enterprise resource planning where all modules are integrated and interconnected with each other. So when I say integrated and interconnected, if you do any sales transaction, then it have the impact of your inventory management, and it have the impact of your financial data. So now, what is the difference between the client-server ERP and cloud ERP like NetSuite? So I just want to highlight 2 or 3 things which are major differences between the client-server or traditional ERPs or on-premise ERPs and compared with the cloud ERP like NetSuite. So the very first one is cloud ERP. You can access your application from anywhere. You can access on the go, or you can access out of the office, or you can access from tablet, mobile and desktop, laptop, anything. Whereas in client-server ERP, if you want to access your application, then you need to go to your office and you need to access the application from your office or your organization. And the second one is in on-premise ERPs, if you want to update any patches or update any new versions, then you need to go to each customer location and you need to deploy that patches in the server so that it will be update to that particular customer. But whereas in cloud ERPs like NetSuite, they will deploy the versions in the main server, which is sitting on the California. Then it will automatically trigger and it will update the changes to all the customers which are available in the NetSuite ecosystem. So you might have heard about NetSuite versions. Every year they will be releasing the two versions, which is first quarter in one version and third quarter is the second version. And third one is cost reduction. So if you see in the on-premise ERPs, to maintain the server, you need to have some admin guy, and you need to have some space to maintain server, and to do all these things, you need to have some consultant who will take care of all these new versions and installing the application and installing the supporting servers, everything. But whereas in cloud, so once you got the access or once you purchase the license, then you don't need to install the server, or you don't need to spend any amount of space or any amount of particular cost to maintain the resource which will be configuring or which will be maintaining the application. Now coming to the NetSuite, so there are there are 6 or 7 key benefits when you compare with the other ERPs. Now we'll go through each one and we'll discuss about that. The very first one is cloud. Now what is mean by cloud? So if you see, if you want to access the application, let's say I'm a purchase manager, now I want to approve my purchase orders on the go. So let's say I'm in travel now, there are some purchase orders which are needs to be approved on the fly. So what I will do is I'll access my application on the fly, and then I can go ahead and I can approve my bills, or I can approve my purchase orders. So what I'm trying to say is NetSuite is a very strong, or NetSuite is a cloud-based architecture application where you can access the application from anywhere, from any device. And second one is fully integrated. So what is mean by fully integrated? So let's say you want to use your application package or single application. Now if you see in the NetSuite, we have the option to use the ERP package, and we have the option to take the CRM module, and we have the option to configure or purchase the license for the e-commerce, which is Suite Commerce Advanced. So all these three modules or three particular licenses are tightly integrated with each other. Now if you want to place, or if you place any order in your e-commerce system, then it will automatically go and sit in the NetSuite. For that you don't need to do any integration. So which is already tightly integrated, because all these three are NetSuite products. And third one is role based. So what is mean by role based? So NetSuite you can have the lot of standard roles, and also based on the business, if you want to customize any roles, then you can go ahead and you can customize the roles, and you can provide the permission to that particular role, and you can assign that custom roles to your users based on the business needs. Once you log in with your role, then automatically based on the particular role which you have assigned, the dashboard will be changed. And now let's say I am a administrator, and I also have the access for the AP clerk role. Now when I log in with the administrator, my dashboard will be changed, and my set of permissions will be changed based on the permission which I have assigned. Now when I log in with the AP clerk, now my dashboard will be changed, and the same way the permission which is available for that particular AP clerk, then those permission only I can able to access. And next one is workflows. So what is mean by workflow? Now let's say you want to have some approval process. Let's say if the purchase order is $100, then I need to have the approval from my purchase manager. If the purchase order dollar amount is $1,000, then I need to get approval from my finance manager. So NetSuite have the inbuilt workflows functionality, where you can turn on the keys and you can able to access the approval workflows. On top of that, if you want to have any custom workflows, then we can do with the workflow management functionality in the NetSuite without writing a scripting. And fifth one is customization. Now when you talk about customization, let's say you want to customize your forms, or you want to add some other fields, or you want to you want to create a custom list. So everything you can do it through functional. You don't need to write any script to customize the forms, or to create a labels, or to customize the fields. Everything will be done by the drag and drop option, or functional options. And if you want to integrate the NetSuite with any application, let's say I want to integrate the NetSuite with Salesforce, or I want to integrate my NetSuite with the Magento application. So if you have the API, then you can directly connect with the API, and directly you can access the NetSuite services from the Magento, or you can access the Magento services with the NetSuite. We can have the two-way integrations, which we can do in the NetSuite by building the API. So once you connect with any system, then you can able to access the application, or you can able to access the records from the other systems. And next one is reporting. So end of the day, everything is based on the reports. So what are the reports? How strong that functionality or that particular application in the reporting? So top management will will see only the reports. Let's say I want to see my profit and loss, or I want to see my sales turnover, purchase turnover, or my customers, and what is my trial balance or balance sheet. So everything, NetSuite is very strong in the reporting. If you want to create a report or if you want to generate a report, we can do within 5 to 10 minutes based on the data which you have in the system. And last one is CSV imports. So let's say if you are moving to NetSuite from any other legacy ERP systems or any other legacy system, the last one is we need to migrate our data from their legacy system to the NetSuite system. So to migrate your data, you don't need to do any scripting, or you don't need to do any particular technical. So directly we can import our legacy data into NetSuite by using the NetSuite standard CSV functionality. So this is the very good option when you are doing the data migration projects. So now we'll just go with the all these options, and we'll see how it's going to be work in the NetSuite. Now let me go to a NetSuite instance. Now when I say NetSuite instance, we have three types of instances. One is demo account, and second one is sandbox, and next one is production. So demo account will be used to check the training things, or if you want to do any trial and error things, everything is done in the demo account. And sandbox account is which you can replicate, or which you can do everything which are need to be moved into the production. So everything will be done in the sandbox, and then you will push it to the production by creating a bundles. Now let me go ahead and let me open my NetSuite account in the sandbox instance. So now NetSuite sandbox. Here if you see system.sandbox.netsuite.com. So now I need to provide my login details. So my username, and password. So now if you see, I have just opened the URL. I have not installed any application, or I have not installed any server. I have just given my login credentials, and once I click on login, then I can able to access my NetSuite account. So now if you see, I have these many roles. Now let me go with the administrator role. If you see, very first one is cloud. This is the first key benefits. Now I have just opened my URL, and I have given them my login credential. Then I can able to access my NetSuite application through login details. So I have not installed any application, I have not installed any supporting files, or I have not installed any server. And second one is fully integrated. Now if you see, let's say I want to create any sales order. Now I am giving my customer details. And I am giving my product details. Now once you save this record, so now this is my sales module. Now if you see, if I want to complete the complete sales process, which means if I want to ship the goods, or if you want to create an invoice, if I want to ship the goods, there should be inventory impact or my inventory management module will be impacted. Now let's say if I want to create a bill, then I have the impact of my financial module. So what I'm trying to say is if you create any transaction in the module or in any module, then there is an impact of all other modules. This is called all modules are tightly integrated and interconnected with each other. Now when you talk about product, now let's say if I want to use CRM and if I want to use my e-commerce. Now if you see, this is my site builder, which is nothing but e-commerce. So once I have the website and if I set up my website, then website will be automatically integrated with my backend ERP. So whenever I create a sales order, that will go and sit in the Netsuite backend, and whenever I receive the inventory into my backend, which is nothing but ERP, that inventory or that specific quantity will be automatically updated in my web store. So which means Netsuite is tightly integrated with with Commerce Advanced. And we have talked about role based. Now if you see, now I am an administrator and here I have other roles called AP clerk and SJ agent. So now I am an administrator, I have the options to see all the modules and to go to the each module to I can able to create a transaction, I can able to remove the transaction. So all the permissions I have. So because I have assigned with the particular administrator role, and this is my dashboard. Now let me go to the AP clerk role. Now if you see, my dashboard was changed and all these we'll call as portlets, and my portlets are changed, and now I have not any option to go to the transactions. So I have only few limited options or few limited functionalities which is having the permissions to this specific role. So NetSuite is very strong in the role-based dashboards or role-based architecture. So if you assign the role to the employee, then once the employee or user log into this specific account, then based on the role, the dashboard will be changed, and based on the role, the permissions will be changed. Now let me go to the administrator role. Now what is a workflows? We'll see what is a workflows and what is the use of workflows. Let me go to the transactions, purchase, and enter purchase orders. Transactions, purchase, and enter purchase orders. So now if you see here, let me select my vendor. And let me select my product, which I am going to purchase from this vendor. Now if I save this record, my purchase order status is pending receipt. Now let me go ahead and let me enable the approval workflow functionality. Setup, accounting, and accounting preferences. And here approval routing, and let me select the purchase orders. Now if I go ahead and if I create another transaction, So this is my purchase order record. Now let me save it. So now if you see, my purchase order status is pending approval. So unless until a supervisor is approved this particular purchase order, I cannot able to receive this purchase order. So once the purchase order is in pending approval status, then it will go to the indication to that particular supervisor, and it will display in that particular supervisor dashboard, so that you can go to the dashboard and you can approve the purchase orders which are pending for approval. So like this, if you want to use the approval workflows functionality, then you just need to turn on the keys, and then automatically approval workflow functionality will be enabled to the transactions. Now we have talked about customizations. Now if you see here, let's say, let me go to the sales orders. So I want to create a custom field here called test Mahesh. So let me go to the customization fields. So now I need to have the transaction body fields, because this is a body level. So I'll go ahead and I'll create a body field. This is my field, and what is the type of field? Let's take it as a freeform text. Now I want to apply this in a sales order. Let's save it. Now let me go to the sales order and let me refresh it. Customize form. So now I want to move the fields to the body level. So let me go to the screen fields. That is a transaction screen. And so this is the field which I have created now. Now move elements between the subtabs. So I want to move this field to body level. So this is my field. I want to move it to the communication. Now save it. Transaction. sales, enter sales order. So I have moved into the communication tab. So this is my field which I have created. So like this, if you want to customize any fields, or if you want to create a field, or if you want to move the fields between the other tabs, or if you want to create any list, or if you want to customize the form, so everything will be done by the standard. So you don't need to write a single line of code. So that is another good advantage in NetSuite. So if you want to customize the reports, or if you want to create any list, or if you want to any integration, then we need the scripting. And next one is reporting. So now if you see here, there is a separate tab called reports. So now NetSuite is giving lot of importance to the reports, where you can compare with the other ERPs. If you want to generate a report, or if you want to create a report, then we need to write a custom solution, or we need to write a scripting to create a report. But whereas in NetSuite, you just need to drag and drop, or you just need to select the fields, then you can automatically go ahead and you can automatically create the reports. Now if you see, there is a lot of reports which are available in NetSuite. Now let's say I want to see my inventory related reports, or if I want to see my order management related reports, if I want to see my sales related reports, and if I want to see my marketing related reports, everything. So let's say if you want to see your financial reports, so here we have a lot of reports: income statement, balance sheet, trial balance, chart of accounts, and general ledger, everything will have. So if you want to customize the report also, let's say you want to create some custom report, that one also we can do through CSV saved searches. So this is another good advantage in NetSuite. So if the any of the reports which are not available in the NetSuite, then you can go ahead and you can create those reports by using the saved searches, or by using the custom reports. And next one is CSV imports. So why we need CSV imports? As I told you, if we want to migrate any your legacy data into NetSuite, then we can use the NetSuite standard CSV functionality without using a scripting. Then you can migrate all of your legacy data. So when I say legacy data, all your master data like customers, vendors, and products, and all your transactions, all your sales orders, purchase orders, invoices, everything we can do, and we can migrate through CSV functionality. If you see here, setup and import CSV records. So here you need to go to the import CSV screen, and then once you select your CSV file, then you can go ahead and you can import to the system. And also another good advantage in NetSuite, if you want to customize the roles, or if you want to assign the roles to particular user, then you can go ahead and you can customize without using the scripting. If you see here, setup, users, and roles. If you see here, all of these are standard roles, and on top of that, if you see, all these are custom roles. So like this, if you want to customize any role, you can just take the standard role flavor and you can customize it. If you want to customize from scratch, then you can create new role and you can customize it. And another good advantage is one particular user can have multiple roles. Let's say Mahesh, now if you see, I have 3 roles. Like this, one particular person can have multiple roles based on the business needs. And now let's go to the dashboard. So if you see, this is my dashboard, and all these are called portlets. So key performance indicators and KPIs, key performance meters, and this is my graphs. So what are the top 5 item by done the sales, and reminders. If you can set the reminders. Let's say I want to set my reminder as purchase orders to approve. Now if you see here, if I click on that, then I'll see all the list of purchase orders which are needs to be approved. Like this you can set the reminders. And let's say I want to add another portlet here. So I want to add another key performance indicators. So for this also you just need to drag and drop. So you need to go to the personalize, and here you need to select which portlet you want to use. I want to use the KPI meter. So like this you just need to drag and drop. Let's say you want to use the calendar portlet, then you can just drag and drop. Like this you can customize your dashboard, and you can create new dashboard, and you can publish the dashboard. Everything will be done in the NetSuite. And also if you see here, coming to the reports, so here this is the top 5 item by sales. Now let's say I want to change this snap. Now let me go to the setup, and I want to see invoices. So you just need to select the transaction which you want to display, and then once you refresh it, then the dashboard will be portlet will be changed to that particular records. Now if you see here, if I want to see in the pie chart, then I can change it. If I want to see in the graph, then I can change it based on the business needs, how you want to see your portlet based on the transactions, then you can change it. And another option, if you see here, there is an option called recent records. Any transaction which you are opened in your system, then all those transactions will be recorded in the recent records. Let's say if I want to go to that particular purchase order, then I don't need to go to the search it directly from home dashboard, then I can directly go to the particular purchase order which I have created. So this is all about in a nutshell which are key benefits which are available in the NetSuite system. And with that, let me pass on control to the organizer. So any questions?